In this stream avatar tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make custom name tags. So we start up stream avatars and we go to the name tab here in the left. Here you can see which tags you already made. For me, I've already got 3 made. So we're going to make a new one. We're clicking on this menu here and we're going to create new. I'm just going to call it tutorial because it's just for the tutorial. And continue. So here we have a new name tag. We can see how it looks like here. You can type anything you want in here to see how it looks like. But for me, it's tree because that's my name and that's how my name tag will look like. So we can set a font that this is going to be displaying in here to any of these that you see in here. Let's do this one for now. But it's kind of tiny, right? So we're going to make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to read. Make sure that you see these green lines. If you exceed the green lines, it might cut off. You can also make it a little bit wider or less wide. If we make it like -10, you can barely see it. So make sure that it's visible. Here we have font outline. If we turn that off, we will see that there's no black border. I recommend having an outline. The reason for this is if something white will be appearing behind this, you cannot see the text. But because it has a black outline, you can still see it. However, if there's something black behind it, you don't see the outline, but you still see the text. Then we have the softness here, which is the softness of the outline. And we can also offset the outline to more have a shadow than being an outline. So if you want a drop shadow instead, you can offset it. And same with the Y, we can do it bottom and top here. Okay, we can also reverse the text if you mirror your source. That's a good idea. Otherwise, don't click on it. Then we have padding, Y, and X. Let's just try putting in something here. What we see is this thing here, this blue, is going to be all big. If you put it on 0, it's just around the letters. This means that the letters will appear in here. If you make it super big, it's going to have a super big hitbox. Offset XY. Let's try out what it does. Now, if you put that on 1000, it's going to be all the way up here. So this is going to be the hitbox. We don't want that, right? So we're just going to leave the offset for both X and Y and the padding for X and Y on 0. Center. We want the center to be the center, right? You could have the center be at the eye. For example, if we do 1, the center is going to be all the way down here. But I would recommend not messing with these things and just keep them the same. So the center is the same and the hitbox will be the same. You can test it out with like a longer name. And we can see how that looks like as well. Okay, what if you want to change the color? Well, we see this white up here. If we click on it, we can change the hue here and we can set a color, like for example, purple. That's more pink, but that's fine. Set color. We can also change the outline to, for example, white. And now it's a white outline. Or we can make it red and it will look super ugly. So let's make it white. Okay, we can even add an image here. Title from the image is going to be Big name tag. Big name tag. Now we're going to select the image. We can select anything out of the background layer, so make sure to drop it in the background layer. If you don't know where it is, here at top you can open the data folder and it will open the folder and we can go to backgrounds and drop it in here. Alright, we're going to select an image. You can select any of these. I'm just going to select this cloud to show you guys. Well, the cloud has appeared behind it right now. We can off-center it to be in front of it, for example. I don't know how much that will be. Oh, this is the Y. 0. So -100 maybe? A little bit more. -130. Now it is in front of it. In front of the longer name, there is this little icon, which is the cloud. You could have whatever. Maybe you want to have your logo in front of it. Or behind it. Then we can do 130. Now it's behind it. We can also give the image a tint and we can basically shift it to a different color. So if we had the name on pinkies, we can also make the cloud kind of pink like this and then set color. Now we have a pink cloud with it. It's basically shifting. So if you made the image yourself, just make it in the correct colors, I would say. You can always color pick as well with this color picker and click on actual this and then you can have the exact same color. We can also set the RGB values here or the hex code here. You can also do that with the name tag itself. Is a mask and we can also clip to mask. We can add multiple images. This means that if we have multiple images selected, we can go up and down in the layers for this to be higher or lower. Downside of adding these images behind or in front is like if you have a shorter name like here, tree, it will be kind of far away from the name. Then you might want like 50, for example, to make it fit. You can mess with how the image actually looks like if you click on single here and click it on repeat or slices. For example, with repeat, we can also make the picture bigger, which might help if you have a really small picture, or we can make it smaller if you want it smaller. We can also do that at a 9 slice. We can also scale it here. I would say mess around with these settings and see if it looks good on your picture. Okay, we save and exit. Now we can click back on here and edit. We can see that this cloud has been added to the name tags. We can, for example, add another cloud for the other side by adding another image, or we can edit this one or delete this one if you want to. Okay, we're gonna save and exit. And now we have this name tag tutorial, which we can always edit here, duplicate here, delete here. And then there's some more settings about name tags right here. Okay, height on stack height. There is like this line, and this line is on 5 right now. If the name tags stack, because multiple people stand on the same spot and they go over this line, they will not be visible until people are going to walk away, and then the name tag will drop back down. If you don't turn this on, or you would have the stack height on super high, all the name tags might go up and might eventually end up in front of your face. Fade out on hide. If you're not going to see them anymore, they're going to fade out instead of instantly cut away. Hide inactivities. This means that if people are not active in your chat, they will hide the name tag. Inactivity timeout. If they're not active for this amount of time, that will mean that they're inactive. Collides with avatars. Collision with avatars. Display behind avatars instead of above. So instead of above them, it will be behind the avatar itself if you tick this on. Maximum name length. If people have really long names, it might fill up the screen, so you can maximize the amount of characters here that they can use in it. Okay, what we want to do now is say who can actually use this name tag. We're going to go to the shop editor here, and we're going to go to name tags. As you see, I have mod and sub name tag set only for moderators and subscribers. What you can do is you can set a name tag for people to pay points, the currency from stream avatars, to get it. You can have people pay bits for it. You can also allow only followers to have it, only subscribers to have it, or moderators. You can also allow followers, subscribers, and moderators. You can make a combination from this. So you can say, for example, it costs 100 and they need to be a follower. It costs 100, they need to be a follower and a subscriber. If you want people to be able to pay 100 coins for it or be subscribed, we can click on here and then it changes into or, and now it's this or this. We can do it with 100 coins, but also if they're a subscriber, they don't have to pay the 100 coins. Now, if you want to delete this, again, go to name tags and then just click on here and delete. Yeah, there, delete. And then if we connect here, we can see how our name tags will look like. There we go. We see the name tag for general I've made, and this is the mod name tag I have. So that one is red and this one is white, which is the one for everybody else. I also have a subscriber one that's blue, but there's nobody in here that's subscribed right now, and isn't me, so therefore we can't show that one yet. But you can basically make a subscriber one, a moderator one, maybe a follower one, or just a non-follower one for everybody who isn't in there. You can change those colors around, you can change the fonts around, size of them, and stuff like that. So you can be really creative with them. Where you can also be creative with is this background. Like you see, I have a custom background here, but I do have a video where I explain everything about the background right here. I'll see there so I can explain more about it. Otherwise, this video is going to be super long, so let's go there.